Opening statement from Coach Musrom, and then any questions for the student athletes?
Well, thank you for being here. I mean, yesterday I spoke about character and team integrity and um, battling to come back. And today, it was just nothing but everybody giving everything that they had. We had never been on this stage before, and we talked about making history and bringing hockey to Columbus and bringing the trophy back to the Ohio State. And so I think the girls just wanted it so badly, and they were itching for it. And, they had a bitter taste in their mouth from this place last year. And so I think that was motivation. And so they just did it together. They didn't care who put the puck in the net. They just wanted to win. And so proud of everybody's individual effort.
Questions for Tatum and Andrew?
Tatum, you seem to find your best hockey in the biggest moments. What did you see on that goal? And let's just talk a little bit about having both game winners this weekend.
Yeah, I mean, it's something that you dream about as a little girl. Every time you lace up the skates, like you play for the girl next to you. And I just knew in that moment, every shot's a good shot. And so whether or not I was gonna go miss the net or not, I just think every shot was good at that point. And she wasn't ready for it, as there were two girls on me. So I was able to sneak it by her 5-hole. And I just think it was something so cool because as a line right before that, we said we're going one more rush, and that's going to be the game. And we looked at each other, me, Emma, and Liz, and we said, this is it, let's go. So it was really cool to just be a part of that and have the girls next to me doing it with me.
You guys really do sort of pick your positions. Like you are gonna get outshot. You're gonna take advantage of those things where it's individual rushes and finding those. How do you? I would think it's easy to get discouraged or to start kind of gripping your stick tight, but you guys really have a knack for taking advantage of those opportunities when you have them.
Yeah, I mean, yesterday we came in the locker room after the first period, and the shots weren't always in our favor. And we had a girl on our team look at us, and the shots on the scoreboard doesn't determine the game. And so, yeah, it might be easy to get discouraged in those moments and grip your stick tight, but you have to know that there's still a lot of time left, and there's a game to play and a game to win. So you need to do you and play how we practice and what our culture is and stick together.
You beat the season high for saves, which was set against Wisconsin a few weeks ago. What did you see from them today, and how did you sort of you also seem to find your best game against the Badgers?
Yeah, I mean, it's always really fun to play against them because they're a really good team. They bring a lot of shots on the net, but honestly, that was my team helped me out today, as they always do, and I couldn't do what I did today without my whole team having my back and saving my ass a couple of times out there. But I mean, I just had to play my best game because I knew I have to had their backs too, and I think we did that pretty good today, and I mean we won. So.
For both of you, can you just kind of put into words what it is you're feeling with that win?
I mean, finally, kind of thing. Freshman year, coming in here, and we went to the Frozen Four. We didn't win WCHA. That was something that we wanted to do. We didn't do. Last year we came, we didn't do it. So finally, this is our year, and it just feels so good that all of the hard work that we've put in over the years is finally coming to fruition. And it's just awesome to see that we are getting our school on the map kind of thing. And it's just awesome to see everyone and the smiling faces and just all the hard work paying off.
It's an honor to be part of such a great school of the Ohio State University and to represent our school here at the final tournament and win a trophy for our school and for our whole program. So this is unbelievable right now.
It's record-breaking for you guys. It's your first, but it's the first time in 10 years that someone other than Wisconsin or Minnesota has won, which is also, I think, a really big step for the conference and for women's hockey as a whole.
Yeah, I mean, it's huge. For the girls that came out yesterday with us and today, I just think it's awesome to see that no matter where you go to school, no matter what you can do, you can leave an impact and you can help build a program. And I just think that just to see them, their smiling face and excited. I mean, they're from Minnesota. I'm sure they wanted Minnesota to win, but I just think it's super cool for them to watch that not always is it going to be the same teams, and that every single puck drop, it's anybody's game. So it was really awesome. And like I said, finally the Bucks, we've got it. The Buckeyes are on the map.
Just a little bit more about that. Just you guys have really sort of, along with Nadine, come in and changed the culture of your program and sort of created a new standard, both in the conference and just for you guys as a whole. Can you just talk a little bit about what it means to have that kind of impact and know that you're leaving the program better than when you came in?
Yeah, I mean, all kudos goes to Muzzy on this one. She came in and completely did a 180 with the program. And as a head coach, that's sometimes hard, and you got to be the bad guy sometimes, but you have to do what's best for that program. And I just think that just helping just this program excel in so many different ways is we can leave it to like when we graduate, we can leave it to the girls and continue to build. Ohio State's only going to get stronger from here, and it's just going to be super cool to see that over the years and see it all happen in front of our eyes. It's going to be awesome.
Celebrating, what you've all thought about what next week brings and what the likelihood of it comes, or you just
Not
today
yet.
for today?
Not yet. We're going to enjoy this moment as much as we can. We're going to soak it all in. And tomorrow comes practice. Yep, then we can focus on next weekend. But right now we're in the moment, and we're enjoying all of it.
Thanks, ladies. Good luck next weekend.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Congrats, you guys.
Questions for Coach?
Along the same lines about sort of the turnaround that you guys have been able to, you along with your team, and that 10-year dominance of those two programs and UND before that, what are your thoughts? I'm sure you haven't thought too much about it right now, but just about what you guys have been able to build and do and change in this conference.
Right, you're always wrestling with the fact of what team's better and what conference is better, but when you're in the final face-off and you have a number 2, a number 3, a number 5, and a number 8, that's pretty strong representation as a numbers person. So I think, it's really starting to show, like, the parity is, there's parity in the women's game now, and there's the growth of the women's game since the 1998 first Olympics. And so I think that, the game is just continuing to grow. More teams are joining. And so I think it's very healthy for our league, to have a little shake-up and to show that, hey, we're knocking on the door, and we're tough to beat. Like you say, we might not be the team that has a lot of shots on net. I mean, ask Mark Johnson how many shots, the Russians had on, the Soviets had on them. They don't really care. They just won, right? And so that's how it is with us. We're not focused on the shots, and we're just focused on the end result. And so, yeah, I think it's really great. But I just want to thank, Diana Sabo, who gave me an opportunity. I was an assistant and never been a head coach, and I came in and they gave me a chance. And so the same with these girls. They wanted to join a program like I did when I came to Minnesota, and Laura recruited me. They wanted to make a difference. They didn't want to just be another number on another team. And so, yeah, we have to work a little bit harder sometimes than other schools, with the depth. But when you win, it just feels so much sweeter. So I'm just very proud of them and their efforts and their character win today.
You say about both of them really. Tatum again steps up big in when you need her to. I mean, she's a strong player all the time, but she just seems to find that extra step. And then Andrea as well. Just the way that she plays against Wisconsin, when I think they had 80 some shots attempted. Just how they really step up in big situations.
Well, to start with Tatum, I mean, the clutch player is what she is what you're getting to, and you can't find those too often. Honestly, they're very rare. I'm looking, and they're rare. To find a goal scorer is rare because you have to be composed under pressure. Even if you're a skilled player, if you don't have that mental strength, doesn't matter. And so I think, the girls were, in a great way, relaxed, and they gave it their all. So they were coming guns a-blazing because what to lose, And I think that makes us very dangerous. And then Andrea, you know, as you recruit, you always recruit from the back up and who's going to be the backbone of your program. And Andrea, ever since Christmas, has been lights out for us. And she's just like any great player, really steps up when you play at a fantastic team. And so I thought Andrea did a great job, and I thought we did a decent job of keeping them at bay for certain parts of the game. So, you know, again, it's a team effort, but you do need those clutch players, and you definitely need a great goaltender.
What do you talk about in the locker room to get them to take those opportunities when they come up? What's the sort of, like, finding those holes, and Tatum knowing, having the freedom to I mean, Andrea had the assist on that goal, and that thing really built from the back.
We didn't
very
practice that. I didn't talk about that. I can tell you that.
The girls seem to know and have the vision to really know when to take advantage of those opportunities.
Well, one thing I was a goal scorer. I didn't back check too much, did I, Coach? So I've really harped a lot on the 200-foot game. And so we have Emily West, who we took from US Hockey, and she was in charge of their ADM program, so their skill development. So Emma's done a fantastic job of working little parts of their skills. And then we have James Wisniewski, who was in the NHL for a very long time, working with the defensive side on their footwork and getting pucks through. And I was a goal scorer. And so it's something that you try to teach them, little tendencies, but again, like I said, we talk often about the mental side of the game. You know, far too often we talk about the rehab side of things when you have a bum knee, or the skill stuff or the conditioning, but very rarely do you talk about the mental side. And we're so fortunate at the Ohio State with the resources that we have that we are able to provide those, you know, having a Navy SEAL come in and talk to your program about mental toughness, or, you know, really, we have a lot of opportunities, and so I think we do a good job of that. But then in between each period, it's really situational on what's going on. Sometimes, yeah, you got to be the bad guy and fire them up, but you find a way this team actually responds to that, or you just have to tell them to pause and take a breath and just relax.
How were you heading into today?
You know what? You know what, at first, I gotta admit, you know, yesterday, you know, it could have taken a lot of wind out of our sails, and with the time change, you know, I didn't know what to expect, but I just learned from Laura a long time ago when we were in the Final Four of, they're gonna read off of you, and they're looking at you, so you have to keep it together, regardless of what you're thinking on the inside or feeling. And so we just talked shop. Yesterday we had a character talk, and today what we talked about was, you might not be getting the respect that you deserve around the country. And you know what? You can't control that. Control your controllables. And if you ever want anything in life or in this game, you got to take it. So we went after it, and we were a bunch of warriors, and I'm so proud of them.
Leslie, have you thought ahead about, I know the players said they're going to enjoy it, but what have you thought about? It's looking likely that you guys might end up back here. Have you thought ahead at all?
I've thought ahead of a lot. And quite frankly, if we're back here, I'm not going to be very happy about that, because I don't think that we deserve to be back here, personally. And I'll say that publicly, too. So if we are, it is what it is, and we can't control that. So what we need to do is just, hey, if we're back here, it's a team that we've played 6 times, and that is fine. And we've played, and we've had now great success in Ritter Arena. And so we're ready for anything. We don't care who we're playing. Welcome.
Thanks, Mose. Congratulations.
You're
Good luck
welcome.
next week.
You're welcome.